Okay, so for this lesson, with the comparing and contrasting around Standard 4, just hoping to see if you can give me some feedback with the video and the pictures that I took of the Stinky Cheese book and the mapping and the little anchor chart that I used, and just the Kahoot, and just in general how you felt like that applied to the standards.
I thought you did a great job. I liked the choice of the text that you used. It was grade level, appropriate for the students. A lot of the students were familiar with the Stinky Cheese Man, and if they were not familiar with it, they wanted to be familiar with it because of the title. I liked how you used technology to enhance the lesson. I like that you engage the students with the Kahoot game after the lesson was over. They were very excited about that, and I think that with you, by you telling them that you were going to have a Kahoot game after, it kind of made them want to pay attention a little more because of the game that we had yesterday. You know, everyone wants to win, so they were really paying attention to make sure that they got everything that you were teaching so that they could win that game. I also like how you asked them to draw their own bubble maps, and then you drew one on the board. On the computer, the
Yeah, I
paint.
used the
Yeah,
paint program.
the paint program to so that they could combine their ideas, and you could make a shared uh, bubble map with them. Um, I like how the lesson was built on a topic that we've been working on, so it wasn't something that was unfamiliar to them. I like how you started off the lesson by keeping them engaged with the note taking while they're watching the video. Sometimes when you assign students a video to watch, they may take that as time to go to sleep or look out the window, try to talk to a friend or something like that. But you kept them engaged by giving them that note taking sheet.
Hmm. Yeah. I guess I would just add to that. Yeah, the books that I used were provided to me by our wonderful librarian. She got really into helping me pick some different books, and she gave me several resources that I looked through, and I ended up picking those because I thought it was just good. A kind of a modern spin on an old story that they know. And so I thought it would just be interesting to kind of juxtapose those two different texts. Um, let's see, just in terms of the other ways that we hit the standard. Um, yeah, I just tried to use multiple formats.
And you also used academic language, especially with the Kahoot. We've been working with those vocabulary words all week, and then
Mm-hmm.
by you creating that little game that required them to use
Mm-hmm.
vocabulary, and then instead of saying a word that means the same synonym, instead of saying a word that is different, you're using the words antonyms, and that
Mm-hmm.
is making them be more aware of those vocabulary words.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I really wanted to drive home the whole difference between synonyms and antonyms, and just using critical thinking in a really quick way
Mm-hmm.
with the Kahoot. They really love that.
They do.
So that might be,
And I've never heard of it before, so
yeah,
I've never used. That was my first time, using that. So that
it's
was.
a good little trick to insert
It
some
is. It is.
some knowledge with fun. Um, yeah, let's see what other things that apply to the standards. Yeah, using sources outside of the textbooks with
Mm-hmm.
our library, using that great resource. Um, let's see, varied opportunities for students to learn content. So I created that little anchor chart, as you said, to take
Mm-hmm.
notes during the video. Um, let's see. Using the visuals of the different ways that we looked at the double bubble map. I tried to have some kids working together that I thought might clash, even though, like Tamara and Quintez, I know they sit next to each other, but they egg each other on all day
Mm-hmm.
long. But my hope is that by the end of the year, they can come to some kind of
I think it's a love-hate relationship.
understanding. Yeah. And then I'm trying to also let them be more comfortable with the fact that their bubbles might not always be perfect looking,
Yeah.
and to not spend 20 minutes trying to
And I like how
trace a
you
circle.
did that with the paint. You drew your bubble and it was that. I mean, it was a circle. It may not have
Right.
been a perfect circle, but it was a circle. And with them, they have to find some round object in the classroom to try
Mm-hmm.
to and you don't always have that time. So
Right.
yeah, I like how you showed them that it's okay to not be perfect.
Absolutely. Well, it was fun, and thank you.
Alrighty.